We went on our first Disney cruise in 2022 and quickly learned that there was so much we did not know about prior to cruising, even after watching so many videos on YouTube. So, we put together a list of the top 10 things we wish we knew before cruising to share with you. These are in no particular order, but number 1 would be before your cruise, make sure to go to the Disney Cruise website and grab the Disney Cruise Adventure Book. This will be full of educational information about the ship and activities to do while on the ship, and it also is helpful for kids to write all the details down and have as a keepsake for years to come. In addition to the adventure book, you can also schedule a phone call from Mickey Mouse himself to get the kids excited for the upcoming cruise. Number 2 is excursions. If you are interested in taking an excursion off of the ship, make sure you book as soon as you can. These excursions do fill up very quickly, and in our personal experience, getting off the ship and exploring on your own does not always work out, depending on where the port is compared to what there is to do in the area. When we went to Cabo San Lucas, the port was very far away from any beaches and any downtown type of things, so we kind of wandered around for a little bit and then decided to actually get back on the ship before we were actually able to do anything. Also, keep in mind that a lot of the excursions are built for older children. We went with a 3-year-old child, and there wasn't many options of excursions that we could book for kiddos that young. Number 3 is alcohol. Now, Disney does not have an alcohol package, but you can purchase alcohol on board. You are also allowed to bring your own alcohol, but it can be no more than 2 bottles of wine or a 6-pack of beer per adult. Also remember that this does need to stay in your carry-on when boarding the ship. It cannot be in the luggage that you leave for them to take on the ship for you. Number 4 is debarkation. The night before you get off of the ship, the cast members will urge you to put your luggage outside of your room so that they can take it off the ship for you the next morning. What they do not tell you, or did not tell us, is that means that you have to wait to get off the ship and then search for your bag in a sea of all the other bags. We did not know this and waited in the wrong line for quite a while just to find out that that line was only for people who kept their luggage with them, and we had to get out of line and wait in another line before we were able to get off the ship. Number 5 is fish extender groups. Before you cruise, you should be able to find a fish extender group on Facebook, and you can take part in gifting other cabins during your stay. We also did a get-together while on the ship with people that we had connected to prior to cruising. And then in addition to the fish extender, a lot of people like to decorate their doors with magnets, and that's not something that we did. But as we walked around the entire cruise ship, we saw that a lot of people went all out with decorating their doors.
Oh, no.
I want to try these.
Oh, babe, you'd like this.
We're excited because as part of our candy exchange, we had a group who was from England. So they brought all sorts of goodies from England. So we're excited about that.
Number 6 is rotational dining. Before booking the cruise, I had no idea how dining worked on a cruise ship. So we sailed on the Disney Wonder, and this ship had 3 restaurants that were included in the rotational dining, a buffet, a couple of quick service cafes, and then a restaurant that was not included with the cruise but could be reserved ahead of time. Your restaurants are pre-selected ahead of time, and you will get a chance to eat at each restaurant as long as your cruise is over 3 nights. If you prefer one restaurant over the other, then you can definitely request to eat there multiple times. You are given a table number at the beginning of your cruise, and that number will stay with you each evening. That also means that the servers stay with you the entire time as well. This means you really get to know them, and they also get to know your family and what you like, such as drink orders, if there are any allergies, and things like that. You will also be assigned a dining time. One is earlier and one is later. If you are assigned a time but prefer the other time slot, you can request to switch, and that's usually not a problem. We were originally assigned a dining time that was at like 8 p.m., but with having such a young kiddo, that wasn't an option for us, so we were able to switch it to a dining time that was, I think, around 5:30 or 5:40 p.m. Number 7 is the kids clubs. The main kids club, aka Disney's Oceaneer Club and Oceaneer Lab, are for kids 3 to 12 years old. If your 3-year-old is not potty trained, then they are not allowed to be dropped off. You're allowed to drop your child off and then check them back out hours later. If anything comes up while they're at the kids club, they will send you a message to come pick them up early, or if your child is old enough, you can allow them to check themselves in and out. During the open house times, kids of all ages are allowed in with their parents in any of the club spaces. Each club had 2 or 3 open house times every day. It was great for us with our little one, as he was not potty trained, so we were not able to leave him in the kids club by himself. Number 8 is the Disney Cruise app. Make sure that you download the Disney Cruise app prior to boarding. If you don't get it done prior to boarding, they will have you do that as one of the first things to do while on the ship. You will use this app to see all of the planned activities and the dining while on board. It's also a good idea for multiple members of your party to download so you can use as a method of communication while sailing, since you may or may not have cell service. Number Number 9 is paying for a cruise. Did you know that Disney Cruise Line allows you to pay a deposit when booking of about 20% of the balance? You can then customize a payment plan and the balance just has to be paid in full before you cruise. Also, they do allow for refunds on most staterooms as long as you cancel at least 120 days prior to sailing. And last but not least is the showtime. They are typically 2 different showtimes, so that way both of the dining times will overlap with the other showtime, giving everyone a chance to attend. Also know that they do play these shows live on the TV in your room if you prefer to watch it that way, or if you do not get a seat in the theater, as they do fill up fast. So that covers the top 10 things I think you should know before booking your first Disney cruise. If you want to get more details about dining or the Kids Club on the Disney Wonder, then check out these additional videos linked here.